emceeing you today for Spring Arts Day in the year 2014. I just want to say, Mr. Zaire, that I saw you this morning and you look exceedingly beautiful today. And how do I look, huh? This is my banker outfit. I wore my banker outfit especially because I really love looking bankerish. And my brother-in-law is a banker, and he always dresses better than I do. He works at the Univest, and if you were here, I would say, eat your heart out, John Dirks. Can you hear that? Who's calling me? Hello? Grant, what are you even calling me? That's good. Hey, you know, that's a good reminder for everyone. Right now, you should take out your phones, actually, and you should turn them off. I'll tell you why. Because we got something so good for you today, you're not even going to need to, you won't even think of your phone today, I promise. Actually, I'm just going to turn mine off here right now. Thanks, Grant. Where are you, Grant? Thanks, man. Appreciate the call. Yeah, you know what, really, we're going to have such a good time today focusing on beauty. You won't even think about your phone because there's people right next to you that you can talk to, real life human beings. You don't even have to go to this. Okay, so I'm serious. You can put your phone away now. All right. So, we have your attention, please. Mr. Zaire, would you say that I look especially taupe this morning? You don't know? You don't know. Well, you can put up the next slide. Some of you know, perhaps most of you, okay, probably all of you, who've had me as a teacher, know that I study Hebrew in seminary. And you know that I use it in classroom because really it has no other purpose at all. It's not even good for a cup of coffee. It has no function except for in my teaching, unless you're in synagogue and I'm not Jewish. So the only time I get to use this thing that I've studied is to bore you in my classroom. But let's start with a little bit of Hebrew. Anybody know what this says? Of course you don't, because it's Hebrew. It says Boker Tov. Can you say that? Boker Tov. Boker Tov. Turn to someone next to you and say Boker Tov. Boker Tov. Boker Tov. Okay. Boker Tov means good morning. Good morning. That's what you say to someone in the morning. But did you know that this is an especially Tov morning? Because Tov in Hebrew means beautiful. Tov in Hebrew means beauty. Let me tell you why this is important. Because you guys just greeted each other by saying, it's a beautiful thing to meet you this morning. You are beautiful, and it is a beautiful day because I've just said hello to you, and not even on my phone, because I turned it off. Mr. Zaire, I do have to say, you look mighty tov this morning. And even you, Mr. Weeds, when I saw you this morning, I told you looked exceedingly handsome. Tov, I would say. Exceedingly tall, although I should say also that you're not as good looking as the handsome Mr. Benner, who was one of our substitutes, who I thought I'd give some responses about that one. The young Mr. Benner is as beautiful as can be, and I think that sometimes I even crush on him. Anyway, I should tell you. Don't tell him I said that. That'd be embarrassing. I should tell you that a good Israelite would say an adjective 3 times if it was an exceptionally important adjective to say. If you wanted to say something with really strong emphasis in the ancient world of the Old Testament, you would say something like, Señor Miller, tú es mucho guapo. Yeah. You are very handsome. I think so. And probably a general bit more than me, hopefully. But that's his wife. But an Israelite would say 3 times, like, holy, holy, holy is the Lord God Almighty, because you just can't say God is holy just once. You have to say it 3 times. this year's theme for Arts Day is beauty. And this, I think, is appropriate because God Himself is the author of beauty. Put up the next slide there, if you will, Mr. Zaire. There you have Boker Tov, what we just said to each other this morning. Beautiful morning. Beautiful to see. Put up the next slide there, Mr. Zaire. Boker Tov. Good morning. Next one. In the beginning, I'm not going to do all this, just relax. In the beginning, the very beginning of the Bible, the beginning of this creation story, God said what? Let there be light. Next slide, Mr. Zaire. And you know that immediately when God created it, He said it was good. What is the word good? Tov. Tov. Both is morning. Tov. But what does Tov mean?
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Hey, how about that? Next slide, Mr. Zaire, please. God called the dry land earth and said that the earth, gathering of the waters He called seas, and God saw that it was good. Next one, Mr. Zaire. Made trees after their kind, bearing fruit after their kind, and God saw that it was good. Next slide, Mr. Zaire. I think it would have been better if it was translated into English like this. God said, let there be light, and God said it was beautiful. And God said, let there be waters, and let there be dry land, and it was beautiful. And God saw that after He made the trees and the plants and seed-bearing plants, He said, it is so beautiful. Next slide, Mr. Jared. And do you know what was the last creation of all? God saw all that He had made, and behold, it was very good. What did He say? God created Adam from the Adamah, from the dirt. In His own image, in the image of God, He created him. Male and female, He created them. And God saw all that He had made, and behold, it was very good. It was extremely beautiful. Bam. There was evening and morning, the sixth day. The last thing He made was beauty. And behold, God saw all that He made, and it was very beautiful. In Hebrew, to say, behold, it is very beautiful, is to say, Vineh, tov mi'od. Can you put the next slide? You are beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Next slide. There. I want you to learn this. Veheneh, say it with me. Veheneh, Veheneh, and behold, Veheneh, tov mi'od. Tov, good, but mi'od, the best, the most beautiful. Today, my friends, instead of whistling or shouting your praises to your friends, you can say, Veheneh, tov mi'od, and behold, it is very good. My friends, the theme of this Arts Day is beauty. Because the world is beautiful. Because you are made in God's image, the creator of beauty. And of all the things God made when He made you and me, He said it is most beautiful. God has placed His love of beauty in us, and so we celebrate this Arts Day to celebrate this Tov, this divine beauty of God in us, and to echo these praises back to our beautiful God. Indeed, Veheneh, tov mi'od. Before Ms. Histon comes to provide us with some instructions and to introduce our judges, I'd like to say a prayer of blessing over this day. And to begin this prayer, I have asked my beautiful and beloved daughter Clara to join me in reading the words of a hymn written by William Reed. The hymn is named, O God Who Shaped Creation.